Hello, thank you for joining our channel today. We will be going over our morning stretch routine. It's become a practice that we do daily, majority of times in the morning and sometimes in the evening, just to kind of keep our body, in sync and flowing and everything going smoothly, especially with the high intensity workouts that we do. So first you want to do is make sure you're in a comfortable setting. If you need to get some pillows or a yoga mat, a blanket, towel, whatever the case may be, to make yourself comfortable. In the case that you have to put your knees on the ground or lay some body parts on the ground, then do so. So we're about to get ready to get into the stretching. The first stretch that we'll be doing, it's not really a stretch. It is a rotation. So you want to take your neck and you want to rotate it clockwise 3 to 5 times. And once you complete that, you want to go counterclockwise the same amount of times. When doing this, you want to do it in a deliberate and slow motion, controlling it and making sure that you don't injure yourself. Then you want to go into a back and forth movement of your neck. Once again, everything is controlled. Move slowly, deliberately, and carefully, ensuring not to injure yourself or put yourself in a position to where you'll be hurt. And then you're just going to take your neck and you're just going to lean to the left or the right. You're just going to kind of hold it there. Just let your neck be fully stretched. And then you're going to switch sides to the opposite ones you started off with. While doing this, make sure you're controlling your breathing, and kind of keep a cool head. Then you're going to bend over at the waist, and you're just going to kind of let your head just hang. And while it's hanging, you're just going to rotate to one side or the other. And then ensure to do the same thing on the other side. This will allow your neck to just get a good stretch. It's good to stretch your neck out and feel good. Next, you'll come back up and we will work our way down to our shoulders. You're going to take your shoulders and you're going to lift them up to your neck or to your ears. And then you're just going to rotate them shoulders back, ensuring you're doing so once again in a controlled manner. You do that between 3 to 5 times, and then you will switch the rotation from backwards to forward, or if you started off forward, then just go backward. Everything controlled, and the whole time you want to be in just a calm state. Take the time to kind of close your eyes, just think and relax and just feel good. After you get done with that shoulder rotation, you're just going to lift your arm up, the right or the left, and just do a slight lean. Not as big as Anastasia did, but a slight lean, and just hold it there. Feel it throughout your lat and your sides. And then you're going to take that other arm and do the same exact thing. Just a slight lean, and make sure you get a full stretch out. Then you're going to take your fingers, interlock them in front of you, and press forward. As you press forward, you kind of want to just poke your back out at the top, as if somebody was pulling the string from behind you, while keeping your core tight. You're going to hold it there for about 10 seconds, and then you're going to raise up your arms, keeping your fingers interlocked. Make sure your arms are locked out. And just stretch that. Feel that stretch in your lats. Feel the stretch in your abdominal region. Hold that for about 10 seconds. Release, come back down, reach behind your back, interlock your fingers. Lean forward, and then again, raise your arms off your back stretching out your delts, your rear delts. You should feel that stretch along the top of your back and your rear deltoids, somewhat in your lats. Once you complete that, if you have a band or resistant band, I strongly advise it. You're going to take that resistant band, place your hands in between the band, and then create just a little bit of tension there, right? And then you're going to try to stretch that out. Keeping your arms straight, your elbows locked out, and just do that about a good 5 reps. If you could do more reps, that's perfectly fine, but 5 reps is perfectly cool. Once you complete that, you're going to hold one arm locked, and then you're going to begin to press out with the opposite arm. Just creating that tension, keeping that tension. Do that about 5 times and then switch. It's a really good movement for your shoulders. Get your shoulders nice and warmed up, especially if you're about to do any kind of shoulder workouts. Kind of shake it out, because at this point you're going to be a little bit, you're going to feel it. So shake it out, and then keep your hands down below your waist. Create that tension in the band by pressing both arms out. Raise it up to the top, and then bring your elbows down to your sides. The whole time keeping tight tension within the resistant band. And you're going to perform this movement a good 3 to 5 reps, whatever your body can handle, because this is a bit of an advanced stretch, and you'll definitely feel it. Once again, just a reminder that everything you do is with a controlled movement. You don't want to go too fast. You want to try to keep it nice, calm, and slow. So that way your muscles are just getting warmed up. Because if you're doing this in the morning, imagine you've been sleeping all night, you've been laying in whichever way you're laying, and your body's not yet warmed up. So you just want to treat it nicely, you know. Show your body a little bit of respect. And warm it up before you decide to go hard and abuse it. Once again, once you complete that, just stretch, shake out your shoulders, shake out any part of your body that you need to, and prepare for the next movement. You'll just bend over at the waist, reach down to your toes, your ankles, the ground if you can. And this is a good stretch for your hamstrings and your lower back as well. If you're like me, you feel a little bit of tightness in your lower back from some of the workouts that I do, whether it's running or working out with the kettlebell. And this stretch right here is really good. You reach your left hand to the opposite foot, and you'll look back. When you look back, you want to look into the tip of your fingers of the hand that's standing behind you. Then you're going to switch sides. Do the same exact movement. Hold it there. Look back, keeping your hand fully extended and locked out, and eyes on your fingertips. This really stretches out your lower back extremely well. Now here we're about to take seats. Well, not really seats, but we're about to go down to our hands and our knees. As I said before, if you need a yoga mat or a pillow or a towel or a blanket, anything soft that brings you comfort. And as you're on your hands and your knees, you're gonna fold your back as if someone is pulling, once again, you with a string. And then you're going to lower it, bring your back inside with the lower back, and kind of hunch your shoulders as if you're kind of flapping your wings if you was to have some wings. I imagine this is how you would flap them. Once completing that, you're going to go into a nice cobra stretch, really hitting your hips, those flexors that growing. And then you bring it back to a downward facing dog. If you can get your butt a little lower than I do, it's perfectly cool. I'm a little bit tight. I'm working on my mobility. Now we're gonna go into the Superman. You're gonna extend your left or right arm while also extending the opposite leg from whichever arm you chose to extend first. You're gonna keep your core tight, and you're gonna hold this position. After a good 5 to 10 seconds, you'll switch position and change over to the opposite arm and leg. Once again, remember to maintain a tight core. And you'll feel this stretch in your lower back, your hammies, your abdominal region. This time we're going to take seats on our buttocks, and we're going to begin working our legs. Get comfortable. If you have shoes on and you want to take them off, remove them. I like to stretch my shoes off if I can. So you're going to reach out, extend one leg, have the other leg bent. Try to reach as far as you possibly can without injuring or hurting yourself. It might be some discomfort. Stretching is normal with a little bit of discomfort, but you don't want it to be extremely uncomfortable. This is good for your groin, for your hamstrings, for your calves. After about 5 to 10 seconds, you'll switch and work on the opposite leg. Once completed, you'll extend both legs, and then if you can, you just want to reach out, reach your arms out as far as front as you possibly can. If you can lay down with your head on the ground at this point and you're flexible enough to do so at your own discretion and comfort level. Then you're going to bring your legs together and do the same thing. Reach out to your toes, your ankles, whichever level you feel more comfortable at. This really works the hamstrings and the thigh area and even the lower back a little bit. This next stretch is a very great stretch for your hamstrings. I got a little bit confused on what stretch I was about to do. But this stretch, yes, works your hamstrings really well. As you can see in my hammies, you can see the muscles I really worked. I start out with the leg bent as to kind of ease my way into the stretch, so that way I'm not overworking the muscle immediately. And then a couple of seconds into the stretch, I'll straighten my legs. After that, you switch legs and you do the same thing. Notice how my leg is bent, and then I straighten it out. As I said before, that's just to slowly work into the muscle, so you're not just, giving your muscle too much of a shock at one time. And then you keep that leg straight in the air and you just lean it over to the opposite side. Try to keep your torso straight as possible. Hold that stretch, levitate above the ground. Bring it back and then switch legs. This is good for your lower back. This next stretch, you'll cross your feet at your ankles. Bring your hands behind your knees, around your hamstring region, and just pull yourself in. Pull your knees into your chest, but you don't want to bring your knees so far down that they pass your chest and touch the ground. Then you put yourself at risk for stretching or pulling your muscle. And this is another good lower back stretch. You hold that for about a good 5-10 seconds. And then we move on into toe taps. Slowly and controlled. Take your legs extended and just roll backwards. And if you can, make your toes touch the ground behind your head. The key thing about these movements is doing everything controlled, everything smooth, and you'll feel good afterwards. Once again, thanks for taking the time to watch our channel. If you like what you see, if you like our content, please like and please subscribe.